Hey, beautiful souls, and welcome back to The Crown Life, where faith, strategy, and influence collide. I'm your host, Milkia Waller, and today's episode is for the woman who's been carrying a weight she didn't ask for, walking with grace through moments she never saw coming, and realizing the crown on her head wasn't too big, it was prophetic. So today's title is Your Crown Doesn't Shrink for Anyone. I love that title. Your crown doesn't shrink for anyone. So, sis, let's talk about something real today. One of the hardest lessons, one of the hardest lessons I've had to learn on this journey of growth, love, healing, and elevation is this right here. You ready? You can't shrink your crown just to make someone else comfortable. Let me say that again. You can't shrink your crown to make someone else comfortable. hmm You can't dim your divine assignment to fit into someone else's limited understanding. You can't lower your light to protect someone who isn't even trying to catch up to your frequency. And you should never, never have to trade your royalty for temporary reassurance. Because here's what I've learned. You ready? Some people will admire your crown until it starts to reflect back what they haven't dealt with. hmm Some will love the ideal of you until they meet the standards that are protecting you. And some will say all the right things until your power quietly challenges them to grow. But their discomfort, that's not your assignment. So the other day, I caught myself asking, I was just sitting around asking myself some questions. Um, and I asked myself, am I too much, too deep, too powerful, too layered, too called? And I had to pause because that question didn't come from my confidence. It came from my conditioning. From all the times I was told to tone it down, to wait my turn, to not take up so much space, to be impressive but not intimidating. But let me tell you what I now know. That wasn't rejection. When they told me to tone it down or to wait my turn, or when I told myself those things, that wasn't rejection. That was realignment. Those moments I questioned myself wasn't about me losing anything. It was about God removing everything that could not go with me to the next level. The crown didn't fall. It just sat heavier that day to remind me of who I really am. So maybe today your crown feels heavy too. Maybe you've been second guessing your worth. Maybe someone's silence is making you question your shine. Or maybe you've been showing up for people who can't show up for you. But hear me clearly, Queen. Your crown isn't broken, it's prophetic. It fits, and you are not too much. You are just not for less. Let that settle. hmm You don't have to dilute what God destined. You're allowed to take up space, to walk with authority, to expect consistency, to choose peace, and to let go of anything that makes you feel like your power is a problem. Woo! Yes. Let's take a breath right there because this is your reminder. You are not shrinking. You are growing into the woman your crown was always meant for. Yes, sis. This isn't the season to shrink. This is the season to straighten your posture, speak your peace, and adjust that crown like you know who you are. You're not breaking, you're becoming.